Hey, everybody. We're going to talk about the Jets. We're going to talk about this upcoming draft. We're going to talk about football, all these great things right after this. All right, guys, look at this. I'm getting a phone call. So let's figure out what this phone call is about. This is not part of the show. I mean, hello?
Hey, Jeremy, what's up? It's Tony.
Oh, hey, Tony, what's going on?
Tony, you know what? Jeremy, I was looking at, we were doing that video series that you're going to put out about how to draft a quarterback.
Uh-huh.
And we were talking about how come, they never hit late in rounds. You can't find a quarterback after the second, third round.
Yeah.
We only found 4 of them.
Yeah, I was looking forward to releasing that video.
Right. But I think I cracked the code on how come those guys.
Whoa. We're live right now. You cracked a skull? Look, you're not supposed to talk about that stuff. We're live, man. This is for a video.
Listen, Jeremy, I really think I cracked the code.
Oh, cracked a code. I thought you said you cracked a skull.
Okay. I cracked the code.
Okay.
On how to draft a quarterback late.
Okay.
What to look for. We might be able to steal the gem. We can't count on it to find our franchise quarterback, but let's take a look. You ready?
Sure.
Okay. The 4 quarterbacks were who? Name one.
Well, the first was the obvious was Tom Brady.
Right. We also have Prescott. We have Russell Wilson. We have Cousins.
Kirk Cousins, yeah.
Now, they all have a few things in common. They all were 4-year starters. They all came from a power conference, like the Big Ten, the SEC. Wilson came from the ACC, but he went to the Big Ten. Cousins came from the SEC.
True.
They all came from running attacks.
Yes.
The team liked to run the ball.
So they didn't have a chance to put up big numbers.
Exactly. They also fell in the draft for a reason. All of them.
Right.
So let's pick up the first. Pick one. Russell Wilson we'll start with.
Yeah, why did he slip?
Well, he was easy. He was undersized.
Yeah, he is small.
Right. And he also, his age. He was going to turn 24 in his rookie year. So he only had, when he went to Wisconsin, his numbers really weren't off the charts. They were good for Wisconsin. But, he wasn't a top-level quarterback, according to them.
Right.
So he dropped because of age, basically. And, he was undersized. He was a simple one. Now, who's the next quarterback?
Oh, Dak Prescott, yeah.
Right.
That's a big one.
Exactly. Now, he was simple. 2 things about him. He had a couple of issues with footwork and reading defense. Now, those are correctable. Those aren't, inherent traits, something that you're born with. That's something that you could actually fix on. Now, he had another issue that nobody talks about. He was actually arrested with a DUI. He had a DUI charge at the time of his pro day.
Right.
So, that goes into the equation, and he dropped a little. So you're talking about players that dropped for, excuses. Wilson, his age, Prescott, he needed work on a couple of things. But they all had the same thing in common. They weren't put in a situation to showcase their arm talent.
Sure.
Now, who's the next one? Cousins.
Yeah.
What do you see? You know what they said about Cousins? He had below-average arm talent. He struggles under pressure, and he needs help with footwork. And what do you say with footwork? You could fix that. Accuracy downfield with footwork issues, you could fix that.
Right.
That's coachable. Now, here's the struggles under pressure part. This was totally, he struggles against top defenses. This is an issue because he didn't have any playmakers. He only had one receiver on the entire team.
Right.
He's playing Ohio State here and big-time colleges.
Yeah.
What are they going to do to your number one receiver?
They're going to double cover him.
They're going to cover him. They're going to double cover him. They're going to put their best corner on him, who's an NFL corner, and they're going to double cover him. They're going to take him out of the equation. Now you don't have a great offensive line. You're going against a big-time defense. You're going to struggle.
Yeah, like any quarterback.
Really, right. It's the concept. If you have nobody to throw to, you're going to force the issue to be competitive, and that's the reason he struggled. Now let's get to the big one. Your guy. This one I can't figure out. Okay, pull up his actual scouting report. What they said about Brady.
Oh, okay. I remember. I saw that in an email you sent me. I got it right here too.
What did they say about him?
Let me share the screen. I opened it up. Let's see where it is. Right. Let's share that. Here we go. Yeah, this is they're saying Tom Brady's pre-NFL draft scouting report will never cease to be funny. And then they go into a whole list. The scouting report before the draft continues to look hilarious. And there were all these different descriptions of him. Poor build. We try to make it bigger so you could see. So everyone could see. Whoa. Here it is. Poor build. Skinny. I don't know what that has to do with anything. Lacks great physical stature and strength. I mean, okay. He's not a mobile quarterback. We knew that, but that didn't seem to matter in his career. It says he lacked a really strong arm.
Well, that's really an understatement because he not only did he work on it, he had more than enough to make every throw in the NFL. And he also has one of the deepest completions ever completed. He has them at 60 yards deep on a deep ball. So that's also not part of the equation.
Right. And it says that he doesn't throw a really tight spiral. These seem like silly things.
Right. This isn't an actual draft this isn't a scout talking. They just didn't give him a chance whatsoever.
Yeah.
He did perform according to what he had. He had a lot of intangibles. He has major leadership skills. And you could tell that they made a mistake. But, you're not finding this. This is an outlier. Correct?
Yeah. I mean, people will use it as an example, but it's kind of, it's kind of ridiculous, right? I mean, it took how many years? It's now 2023, and now they're talking about Brock Purdy in the 7th round. But look how long it took for anyone to hit at all. And Purdy is far from Brady still at this point.
Right. Well, the moral of the story, I think, is that you don't discount anybody when you're looking for a quarterback.
Yeah.
Especially if we're doing it for the New York Jets. We're Jet fans here. We have never had a real franchise quarterback. So if you're looking at age, if you're looking at footwork, you can't discount somebody for a particular, one particular reason. You need to look at the whole package, and you need to look real deep. So what do we figure out in this conversation? What are we looking for? Is there a quarterback that drops in this coming draft because of something?
Well, if
you have any ideas?
Yeah, like if a quarterback drops because he was injured, but is now healthy, maybe we should take a look at that quarterback. If that's a quarterback that would have been just as good as the quarterbacks we're looking at in the first round.
Right. And we'll bring up Penix, right? Or we'll bring up the Florida State quarterback. They drop in a draft and you don't have a quarterback, you need to be picking these kids.
Right. Because that would be the type of player that would have a chance because they weren't really given a chance. And we could look at the tape, and if we see it in the tape that they have all the same skills and they can make all the throws, then why wouldn't you take them?
Exactly. And that's the main cause as to why they can't find NFL quarterbacks. They're looking in the wrong places. You have to run them through the whole. You have to have a huge checklist when you're looking. You can't discount for one or two single items.
Well, that's unbelievable. So, hey, I'm glad you called me with that. I hope we can look at some of these quarterbacks in the future in future videos.
Yeah, we're going to go over everything, Jeremy. We started it. You're going to put it out in a few weeks on how to draft a quarterback. A lot goes into that. So, you have to make it a series where they're really going to want to follow it.
Well,
and it will come out well because there's a lot to go in. We'll do separate breakdowns of some of the past quarterbacks to show, what you're looking for. We don't want to release draftable quarterbacks yet. We want people to do their work on them. But we'll go over the 5 or 6 draftable quarterbacks that should go. 4 of them should go in the first round. A couple of them shouldn't. But we'll go over that.
That sounds great. I'm looking forward to it. Hey, take care, man. I got to run.
You got it. Thanks, Jeremy. Take care.
All right.